So you want to move to Leesburg, Virginia, and you're trying to figure out, is it worth it? Can you afford it? We're talking about the cost of living, Leesburg, Virginia. Let's go. What's up, everybody? Mocha here. I'm a realtor in Northern Virginia. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time, welcome. You've been here before, glad to have you back. We're going to talk about the cost of living in Leesburg, Virginia. But before that, I want to remind you, your phone is your friend. So hit your boy up. In the description, you've got my contact information. You've got my link tree where you can find me all other different kinds of ways. And lastly, subscribe. Join the team. Hang out with us every week as we talk about living in Northern Virginia. So today we're talking about the cost of living in Leesburg, Virginia. And for the most part, things remain the same year over year, but there are some changes that are significant, especially over the last year. When it comes to cost of living in general, and especially here in Leesburg and really anywhere near Washington, D.C., the biggest expense is housing. That's the one that sets this place apart. It's what makes this place a lot different from every other place. This is what makes it one of the most expensive places to live, is really just how much it costs to buy a home. So right now in Leesburg, Virginia, the median home value is around $720,000. Nationally, the median home price is right around $420,000. So home prices are extremely elevated compared to the national average. When you think about where we are, with Loudoun County, proximity to DC, both those things make a difference. It's consistent with the data, it's consistent with the communities, and it's consistent with just the trajectory of home appreciation. The reason why this is significant is because over the last year, home prices have slowed down in terms of the appreciation. So the appreciation from the last 12 months is right around 7%. But overall, over the last 24 months, homes have appreciated about 25% because of whatever happened during the pandemic when everything was super crazy. So home values have a massive part to play. This year, people are talking about how much the interest rates are affecting the market and in terms of how fast prices are moving up. But the thing about Leesburg and the thing about Northern Virginia in general is that the inventory levels remain low enough to where if more buyers get on the market to buy homes, that's when you start seeing competing offers, multiple offers, bidding wars, even when prices are not accelerating as fast. So that's one of the things you want to keep in mind. The second cost of living that is having a major impact on people is heating, your utility bill, how much it costs to heat your home. For a lot of people, that bill has jumped up almost 2 to 3 times as much as it was a previous winter. So that some people have a heating bill of $130, $140 in the wintertime. Now it's up to $300, $400, $500 a month to heat their home. It's gotten so bad to where Novec is now spending money on commercials talking about how not to use up all your money on your heating bill, how to bundle up, ways to save money on your energy bill. So they can't lower the prices. Today's prices are not yesterday's prices. And it is and that's the hard thing, is that this is something that everyone is affected by, and it's just something that we have to grit our teeth through for the meantime. Third cost of living is something that affects us, but it's something that's also affected people nationally, and that's gas prices. Gas prices can be pretty insane. The closer you get up to DC, going into Fairfax, going into Arlington, going into DC, one of the ways you can minimize the gas expense is to just get a club card. So go to Sam's Club, BJ's, Costco. Members only gas stations typically have lower gas prices than any other gas stations. And whatever you do, do not get your gas at Shell. Fourth cost of living that affects a lot of folks is childcare, whether in form of daycare, preschool, kindergarten. How much it costs per week to take care of your kid, to have them go to school, has an impact. And a lot of it depends on full day or half day. Do your kids have to go to aftercare? And you got the options of in-home services or full-on childcare centers. This is just a range because every facility, every institution has their own weekly rates. In-home is typically between $150 to $300 a week, depending on the age of your child, depending on what they need. As a childcare center, you're looking at ranges from around $200, $250 to about $500 a week, depending obviously again on the school, what your child's needs are during the school day, and then after a school day, whether it be aftercare or something like that. The cool thing is that there are a lot of options. What you want to do is you want to find a place and start looking quickly, because one of the things about them here might be the same where you come from, is they fill up quickly, or a lot of their students, a lot of their kids return back. So there tend not to be a lot of open spots. So you do want to take care of that. You do want to make sure that you're in early and you're enrolling early and you're doing your reconnaissance early so that you can really get your first preference. So the more competitive the institution is, the earlier you want to get the ball rolling. Now, the fifth cost of living to talk about that's affecting everybody, not just here, but all over the place is groceries. The cost of groceries has gone up astronomically in different products. So number one that's really like affecting us here, that's on everybody's mind, is the cost of eggs. And wherever you go, eggs are gonna be expensive. The prices are gonna be at least double what they were, 6 months ago. And some stores are having limits on the amount of eggs that you can take, just like they did back in the paper towel days. Depending on where you get your groceries, buying wholesale tends to minimize the cost so that over time anyway. So you might, if you go to Costco, you're gonna spend $60 on 3 items, and that might seem like a lot, but over time you're gonna be saving a lot of money. So that's one strategy that people are leaning on a lot now, is to buy wholesale on the essentials, and then bit by bit you can go to different places like Lidl, Aldi. Wegmans is a great place. It's got good quality. So it really depends on what your food needs are, what your grocery needs are, and the budget that you've got. You're probably gonna wanna be a little bit creative on how you put those pieces together. So the sixth cost of living we're gonna talk about is transportation. Cool thing right now is the Silver Line has opened up all the way into Ashburn. So you can take the Silver Line from Loudoun all the way into Fairfax, into Arlington, DC, and into Maryland. So let's say you're gonna leave from the Ashburn Metro Station. You're gonna go into Arlington to my brokerage's office on Wilson Boulevard. So let's say you're gonna do a typical 9 to 5. It takes about an hour, actually over an hour, to get from the Metro in Ashburn all the way to Arlington. So you're gonna leave, let's say, somewhere around 7:30. It's gonna take you about an hour straight on the Silver Line, just one shot from Ashburn all the way to Clarendon Station. And because you're gonna be leaving during peak hours, it's gonna cost about $6 to ride the rail. And if you're leaving after work, let's say 5:30, it's still gonna be about the same time, just one line all the way down from Clarendon all the way to Ashburn. And that's also gonna be $6 because you're gonna be traveling at peak hours. So the cool thing about the cost of living here is that you can make it work. Things can be expensive, but a lot of people resell the things that they've got, secondhand on Facebook Marketplace. A lot of communities join your next door community, and you can find creative ways to spread the costs, across the board, so you're not having to get hit financially one time after another. So what are some of the changes that you've seen? Go ahead, comment below, and let's get the conversation going. Subscribe to the channel, join the team. We're always excited for new members. Again, you've got my contact information in the link tree in the description below. Hit me up and let's get the conversation started about moving, or anything you want to know about Leesburg or Northern Virginia. I got your back. It's been real from me to you. Until next time, take care.